Hey everyone, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More. We are at the complex with an update video. A lot of you have asked for this update video after we had the 500 tire eviction, people breaking into the houses, someone else trying to break into another unit, and all kinds of other crazy stuff going on. So I thought I would start by just walking into this house and seeing how it looks today. I have not been in here yet today, so I thought it might be exciting to see if any drama happened since the last few days I've been here. You never know what could happen. Oh, the lock doesn't work. That could be very dramatic, I guess. Oh, there we go. Oh, all our stuff's here. That's good. We still got the windows in here for the rest of the units. We held off on installing those because of everything that's been going on. And just, have my fingers crossed every time I walk in here that they're not stolen. Hopefully people don't steal windows. I mean, I suppose you could get some value for them, but they're custom made for the sizes at this property. When people do crazier stuff, it's just so hard to get windows right now. They take so long to get. So that'd be really annoying if someone stole our windows. But before we get into all the drama and everything that's gone on at this property, make sure you check out investformore.com for much more information on our flips, rentals, be an agent, all that great stuff. This property has had a lot of drama. And we appreciate all the likes and comments too. And welcome new subscribers. So if you haven't hit that like button yet, we do love to see that. I'll start with the beautiful part of this property, the bathroom. We boarded all the windows that could open. I was kind of hoping my guys would just board every single window, but they didn't do the ones that won't open. Obviously that won't open. But the reason we boarded all the windows was because somebody was breaking in to the property and staying here. I don't think they're trying to steal stuff, but they were sleeping here. So you can see all the entrances are now pretty much boarded. Everything should be secure, and hopefully we don't have anybody else breaking in. But we'll check all that here as well as we go through the property. We're going to look at the other units, see how they're doing, and tell you all the cool stuff that's happened since our last video out here. So this house actually looks okay. This one's not too bad. Our plan is to eventually remodel it, so we'll talk about that some here too. And our attempts to get pretty much all the tenants out and start from fresh with this property. I don't remember that being broken before. It looks like somebody kicked that or did something with that. Who knows? I don't know if we ever showed the friends next door either. They've got bulldogs who like to bark at us, and apparently they also like to chew on chairs. Oh, we did see another dog just hanging out in the parking lot over here, so we'll see if he's still here as well. All right, so this property is one I bought for $550,000. I think it's in May, and it was a pocket listing. We knew it'd have lots of problems. We just didn't know how many problems it would have. And the plan was to remodel the units, raise rents, most likely get new tenants, then sell the property. And so it had 4 tenants in it to start with. 3 of them paid rent. They are still living here, we think. And then the 4th tenant in this one never paid rent the whole time. Then he got evicted from a tire store, and he brought his 500 tires over to this property, back behind that unit in the house back there. So we had to evict him, and that was more of a tire eviction than a house eviction. So we were all out here moving tires into dumpsters. Ended up filling 4 40-yard dumpsters full of tires. The next day we moved all those tires, thanks to the dumpster company's help, to a dairy. And the dairy took the tires and will use them to cover their silage piles, which is like grass and corn and stuff they store over the winter and then feed to their cows. So we were able to get rid of the tires. Lots of drama, lots of people angry at us for taking their tires even though they had weeks and days to move them, and nothing happened. So that's the main part of the story here. And then, yeah, chairs, couches. The couch has been there a while, but other stuff keeps showing up. Oh, there's a table in the tree. I didn't notice that before. That's pretty exciting. So I think the tenant number 5 over there has garage sales like every single weekend and puts stuff out here and makes kind of a mess. But we'll talk about why we're trying to get everybody out. And then we'll see, this is a unit where someone broke in and was sleeping here after the eviction. So we'll see if This is still secured. Hopefully it is. And we'll see if there's any excitement. I have not looked in here yet. Looks about the same. Yeah. That window is still boarded up. There's still this dirty mattress. Of course, eventually we need to get all our guys out here and really clean out all this trashing, get rid of everything. But again, we'd love to do that all at once when everybody is out of here completely. And so why are we doing that? Well, we've had problems with the tenant number 5. It's kind of like her backyard where all the tires were stored. And we told her she had to move the tires or she's going to get evicted. She claimed, well, they're not my tires. I don't know the guy who's storing them. He won't talk to me. He won't, get rid of them. Nothing's happening. And then, a week or two later, she shows up at her office with that guy. So they obviously were friends. And she was helping him move out during the eviction. She was, oh, look, there's some money to help pay for all of this. I should do an eviction or a video too on how much all of this eviction cost us. We don't have all the bills yet, but I think that would be a good video. So if you haven't subscribed, you should do that now so you can get that amazing video later on. But she's obviously friends with him, helping him, and just telling us quite a few fibs over time about her storing those tires. And that was after we replaced her windows and fixed the roof and got her place looking much better. So that wasn't very cool. And then the other tenant, the other crazy story we have, we'll show you here. Hopefully I remember to take that key out and lock up. But right over here, the tenant in one of those units, I was driving by the same day we boarded up these windows, after someone had been squatting in that house we were just in. I saw some guy peeking in the window right here to this vacant unit. I'm like, that's strange. Why is he doing that? And as I was driving by, I saw him trying to force open the window. I'm like, oh my God, someone's breaking in again. So called the cops. It was actually a Friday. So I had my Supra. I was gonna drive the Lambo today, but I couldn't get it to start. I forgot to plug it in. That's my fault. But I literally just sat over there in my car for 25 minutes while I waited for the police to come. And the guy just stood by his truck staring at me pretty much the whole time. So the police came. They talked to him. He didn't speak English. Another officer came who spoke Spanish. Turns out he was the husband of the tenant right next door. And we've talked to her a lot. And she's actually very nice. But I'd only seen the guy maybe once when I first bought the property. I didn't recognize him, didn't know who he was. He didn't speak English. But he was for sure trying to break in to this window. I have it on video. And it turns out what he was trying to do was get his tires. So in case there aren't enough tire issues at this property, he said the previous owner had taken his tires, which he had stored outside, stuck them in this unit and locked up the unit, and then taken some extension cords too. And so he was trying to get into the property to pick up his tires and extension cords. We've owned this property for 4 or 5 months. Not once have those tenants called us or asked us to get those tires. So why he decided to break in that day, 4 or 5 months later, the day after someone else broke into the other house, I have no idea. But it's very fitting for this property that happened. So I talked to the police, talked to the guy, let him come in and get his tires, talked to his wife and told her what happened and the misunderstanding. And we think everybody's cool about it, but it was still very strange that all that happened. And we have found someone was living in here as well. That's their socks down there. And they had broken into this unit once before. So there's a lot of history of that. But interestingly enough, while I was talking to the wife of that tenant, she said that the lady number 5 is housing the evicted tenants. They stay there at night and they're causing issues and problems and they don't want them here. And so I told her to send me pictures or proof of their cars here or something, and she said she would, but I have not gotten that yet a week later. So it could be that the evicted tenants are living in that unit down there too, but I have never seen any proof of it, so it's hard for me to say yes or no on that. And there's another tire. That's a different tire. I don't know what tire that is. Why are there so many tires here all the time? I also came back here, and there's a white truck here, and it had like 4 or 5 tires in its bed. And then there's another couch over here, and this tenant's son, who's maybe 6 or 7, was out here by himself cutting up the couch with scissors. And it was like they were doing it on purpose, because here is the remnants of that couch. So I don't know what the point was of that or why that happened, but it did. So if anybody has any ideas on why that is, that would be greatly appreciated. But yes, we're trying to get kind of all the tenants out now, and then possibly reconfigure these units, because we have a garage there I've never been in. Some people pointed it out in my last couple of videos. Hey, what's in that garage? And I'm like, there's a garage. I've been distracted by so many other things, I hardly notice it. But you know, if that's a big garage, we might be able to turn it into another bedroom for this unit. And then there's kind of a laundry room over there that is also not being used for anything right now. So maybe we could turn that into a laundry room with co-op or coin-operated laundry. We've been having great success at our other property, the Ocho or Octoplex. Haven't figured out a name for that one yet, with coin-operated laundry, so we might do that there. Or maybe we're able to add another bedroom in one of the other units if they get vacant. So our plan is to try and get kind of everybody out of here, not rent anything right now, and then kind of reevaluate the whole property at that time. And so I know this sounds like a whole lot of work, a whole lot of craziness going on. And you're right, it's been a lot more than I expected, but you know, we can deal with it and be okay. But the reason we're going through all this when we bought this property is, you know, if we do eventually get to the point where it's remodeled, rented, you know, we can have rents anywhere from, oh gosh, $6,000 to $7,500 a month, depending on reconfiguring stuff. And that makes this $1 million property or more. So it should be worth it once we're all done with everything, but it's still going to be a while. So this is one unit that we have been remodeling and we're starting on. It's almost done, but we kind of like stopped. You know, there's still a little bit more stuff to do, just because we're not ready to rent anything yet. We don't want to rent this yet, or, you know, finish the house or the other little house until we get everybody out and figure out the best plan of action. So this one's close, it's done, but then, you know, that garage next door, if that's usable, I mean, we can add another bedroom into this. That could really add a lot of value. Increase rent, make it easier to rent if it's a 2-bedroom instead of just a 1-bedroom. And I've only been in like one occupied unit in here. I haven't been in the other 2 yet, so I don't even know what those look like exactly. And here you can see our kitchen. Still needs appliances. We completely reworked this whole floor plan, so we'll show you the before video and link to that video too. With the bathroom door used to come through here. There wasn't room for a sink. It was just a mess. This is much better. And this looked so weird when I first saw the picture of this. This is what our plumber did, because the plumbing comes from up there and it's not in the walls, and we're trying not to spend more money on this property because we know we're going to spend a whole lot of money on different things. So this is your custom unique faucet right here. It works. Like, it goes right into the sink. It works fine. It just looks a little strange coming out like that and set up like that. But there you go. That's our cool custom faucet for this unit. Okay, so now that we've seen most of it, what's our progress with getting rid of the tenants? I shouldn't say get rid of. Letting them leave nicely. Well, we offered each of them $500 to move out within 30 days. And they all said they're trying, they're interested in it, but their day to let us know if they're going to do that or not passed this week. And none of them said they're going to do it. So we're kind of hoping that might work, but in the back of my mind, I kind of knew it might take more than that. So we might offer them more money, we might try some other things, but their leases, I think one lease runs for a few more months. One lease is up next month, another one kind of the month after that. With their leases being up, you know, we can ask them to leave, terminate the lease, and evict them if we have to. I really don't want to evict any more people, but that's kind of the last, resort. But if we offer them cash for keys and say, hey, your choice is either we're going to have to evict you, or you can take this money and find somewhere else to live, hopefully they would take that option. And we might be able to pay them a little more than $500 here too, to give them more motivation as well. So that's the plan for right now. Last week when I showed up here, my plan did not look like it was being executed very well because there was a CenturyLink truck parked right out here. I talked to the guy, he was waiting for the tenant over here, number 5, and said, yeah, we're hooking up service for internet for her. We can't get a hold of her. So I'm like, oh, I was hoping we were disconnecting service, not hooking it up. That's not a good sign if we were hoping they were going to move out. But I guess we'll figure all that out. So, no more, not, too crazy of a drama. This last week, nobody's broken in. No one's attempted to break in that we know of. Nobody's living in the properties that we know of. Nothing's been stolen, so that's good. But we are trying to see if we can get the tenants out and then see what their units look like. That'll be interesting. And once that's done, then we can kind of go full bore on this property and just try to get everything repaired and done at once. Maybe do new floor plans, new configurations, get everything rented at once, and then sell it. Although it's going to be sad selling this property because it's had so much drama and so many good stories. Like, part of me thinks, what if I just kept it? I mean, it's going to provide me content for years and years and years to come. How can I sell this property? But I think the wise financial decision would be to sell it. We'll see. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the update video. Let us know below in the comments. Love seeing the new subscribers as well. Love it when you hit our like button, so please continue to do that. And of course, we have much more information on investormore.com. Lots of free articles, a free book on there. I have full-length books on Amazon as well. They're Audible, ebooks, paperbacks, even hardcovers now. So hopefully you can check those out if you really want to learn more about investing. And I am working on my brand new book more now too. So I added this story to that book, and I have like 20 other crazy stories that have happened to us over the years as well. I finished the first draft. I'm kind of going through and rewriting everything right now. Then we'll send it off to an editor. Then I'll get a cover made. And so eventually that one will be ready too as well. So that should be a pretty fun, cool book about all the craziness that goes on in my life for some reason. All right, thanks for watching. And we'll be back with many more videos coming up here soon.